What's good, YouTube? Akil here, back with another video, and today I'm taking you guys on another trip to the thrift. And I know in the end of my last video I told you guys today's video would be more of like a what sold video, but I got a couple things in the works for that one, so just stay tuned, because once you guys see that video you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. But as you guys know, we're all about being consistent as possible over here. As you guys can see, consistency on the t-shirt. So I'm gonna still hit up some Goodwills and just give you guys some more content, because I know, you know, I still got to get through a lot of this death pile that I got, but as you guys know, it's all about the thrill of the hunt. So I'm gonna still go out there and see what I can find. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so first store of the day, came across some of these motocross pants, and I think I told you guys about these in the past. These motocross pants usually do sell for some decent profit. It just depends on, you know, the brand, of course. Never sold this one in particular, this Pro Grip one, but they were just asking too much. Same thing with this pair of O'Neill pants. I sold this brand in the past, sometimes between like 30 to as high as maybe 50 bucks, depending on the colorway, depending on the different accents it may have. This one probably would sell closer to 40 bucks, maybe even 50, but they were asking 50 for it in Goodwill. So came across a Wii, and you guys know I love selling these because I'm usually selling these right around 90, sometimes 85 bucks if I can bundle it with maybe some controllers. As you guys can see, they have a ton of controllers and a ton of different accessories here. That one was complete, so definitely gonna grab that up. Just on the lower shelf, had to see what other systems they had. They had this PS3 and they were asking 50 bucks for this one, but this one had, as you guys can see, even though it might just be cosmetic flaws, which wouldn't necessarily affect the system, that'll definitely still affect the resale value. So I ended up passing on that PS3 because of that, and I just didn't even think it would work, but you really never know. Then seen a Google Home, seen this circle, not too really sure about what this was, but checking the comps on that, it wasn't really profitable, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that Wii. You guys know I love selling these modems. Came across one of these surfboard ones, and these are selling for like 60 bucks as long as you have, you know, the power cord, if you can bundle it with the Ethernet cable as well. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and grab that one up. And I'm also charging shipping for a lot of the items that I used to do free shipping with, and it's not affecting my sell-through rate at all. So I'm definitely going to start charging shipping on a lot more items, but keeping things going. Came across this guitar for Guitar Hero. I believe this one is for the Xbox, and I used to pass on these all the time, but now anytime I see them, I know that these are money. And I used to be concerned about how to ship them, but I didn't know that the neck of the guitar was detachable. So once I realized that, I'm definitely going to be grabbing those up and hopefully trying to bundle them with the Xbox games as well, because if you can bundle it with the game, that's an easy 70 bucks all day long. Next came across this vintage Patagonia vest. Not sure if it's necessarily vintage or not, but the tag looks a little old to me, so of course I'm gonna throw vintage in the keywords. They were asking, I think, 15 bucks for this vest. Of course, with the additional 20% off after I spend more than 20, it'll definitely be worth it. And I probably would get somewhere between like 50 to 60 bucks for this vest. It might sit for a while because, of course, it's spring and summer right now, but it is what it is. Gotta grab that up. Next, I thought I came across something really dope. Thought this was one of those Toon Squad jerseys, and it actually did say Toon Squad in the front, but this was absolutely a fake, as you guys can just see from the tag. And of course, it was peeling. Even the logo itself was peeling. That's just a dead giveaway of the inauthenticity of this piece. So ended up passing on that one, and came across this vintage Reebok windbreaker. Drop a comment if you guys actually pick these up. I see these all the time, but the resale value on these really aren't that good. And of course, they were asking like 13 bucks for this. So if it was $1, maybe $2, I probably would have grabbed it up and sold it for maybe 15 or 20. But I usually always pass on these vintage Reebok windbreakers. Next came across this Bose sound dock. You guys know I always pick these up anytime I can find them. This one in particular didn't have the power cable, and I actually have one very similar to this that needs that same power cable at home now. So I don't want to just have a ton of these without the power supply, because without the actual power supply, it's not really worth it. So next came across this Banana Republic jacket. Most people would pass this by, but this jacket in particular, I've sold this same one in the past for 100 plus. I've had some that had stains, sold for like 70, 80. This one in particular was really clean, damn near flawless. So definitely gonna have to grab this one up. I'll probably sell this one maybe 100, maybe 110. It might sit for a while because, of course, we're not in the season, but you got to grab these types of jackets up and you can find them for such a good deal. Next came across this NASCAR jacket. I usually would pick these type of jackets up, but after checking the comps on this particular one, they were only selling for like 30 to 40 bucks. So since it was already $17.99, of course I wouldn't spend 17. I'd probably spend closer to 13, but it to me just wasn't worth it, especially since it might sit for a while. Next came across this party pupa game. I always try to scan any of these like brand new and sealed games because some have some really high value and then others are pretty much worthless. And the sad thing is with this one in particular is pretty much worthless. So I just went ahead and I put that one back on the shelf. But always got to scan those games. You never know. Found something else that was brand new and sealed. This lac shelf, basically just like a minimalist shelf from IKEA. I don't sell a ton of IKEA stuff, but if I can find it brand new still, I'll probably just always pick that up. This was selling for around 25 bucks on eBay, so I'm gonna definitely grab this up and hopefully it sells pretty quick. They were only asking like 5 bucks for that one. And next came across this Michael Kors bag. I'm not too sure about how to even authenticate stuff like this because I know they make a ton of fakes when it comes to these Michael Kors pieces. This bag in particular, it was pretty clean, had some minor stains. As you guys can see, they were asking 30 bucks for this one. There goes the stains on the inside. So like I said, since I can't really authenticate stuff like this yet, I just ended up passing on it because even if it was real, it was only going to sell for maybe like 50 or 60 bucks. So not worth it for me to take a gamble on something like that. Next came across this really nice jacket, and it even came with this pocket square in the inside. This is a Ralph Lauren pocket square, so even just that, I'll probably be able to sell that for closer to like 25-30 bucks. But this jacket grabbed my attention mainly because just the details. As you guys can see, it had a liner on the inside, had some surgeon cuffs. Not really familiar with that brand, but after checking the comps on eBay, it was selling for like, I seen some people have it listed for hundreds, other people had it listed for like 50 or 60, but I might actually keep that because I got some plans for later on this summer. So went to a different Goodwill and came across this Super Nintendo. They actually had this one in the case where they usually try to put more of the desirable items in there, basically just more expensive stuff in there. That PSP that they had was in really rough shape, so I didn't even want to waste your time with that one. But this Super Nintendo looked pretty clean. It was complete, had the controllers and everything, and the good thing is that it even came with some games, and of course if I just sell the games separately, I could get some good profit for those. Even the Super Mario Kart, this one is probably the best one in that pack, so definitely glad about that. Even the power adapter sells for some decent profit here as well. So I wasn't able to test this out in the store, so stay tuned till the end of the video. I'll test it out later on. Next up, came across one of these Have a Nike Day hats. I remember these from that Have a Nike Day collection maybe a couple years ago. Believe it or not, these hats brand new were selling for like 70 to 80 bucks. Someone on eBay even got 80 bucks for this one. So since this one is in pretty rough shape, after I clean it up, I should be able to at least get, 25 to 30 bucks for this hat. Next, came across one of these modem / router combos. I always try to pick these up when I can find them. I realized that they're always like separating it, so they're trying to charge money for the adapter itself, and of course charge for the actual router. So I was able to find the power cable, and this one should sell for right around 40 bucks, maybe a little more. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this one. All right, y'all, we are back in the crib, and I wanted to test out the Super Nintendo, but I forgot that I actually will still need the RF switch that's in the back of this thing here. That basically is the piece that screws onto the back of the TV. So this one didn't include that, so I'm going to have to just try to order maybe just an aftermarket piece on eBay to kind of complete this set and actually fully test it out. But the good thing is of course that the power adapter works still, and I had one in the past and the power adapter that I had was not working, so this is definitely still a good sign. So hopefully once I get that RF switch, I'll be able to fully test this out. Alright y'all, that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'm also going to be adding some new colors of the consistency tees at least by 4 o'clock today. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure that you guys use code consistency10 for 10% off your order. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off this shit. You should wanna be a real one. Earn the base is hard, I still won. Tired of wasting time.